Have you ever really stopped to think about what keeps our cities and public services actually running, day in and day out? It's not just the people and the policies. Behind the scenes, there's this powerful and often totally invisible digital engine doing all the heavy lifting. And that's what we're diving into today.
I mean, think about it. From paying firefighters and teachers to paving our roads and keeping the lights on, almost every single government function you can imagine is managed and orchestrated by one specific kind of software. So what is this secret system? Let's pull back the curtain.
All right, first things first, let's put a name to this unsung hero of public administration. We're talking about something that is quite literally the digital backbone of the entire government operation.
It's called an Enterprise Resource Planning System, or as everyone calls it, an ERP. Now, I know that sounds pretty corporate, doesn't it? But in the world of government, it's an absolute game changer. It's basically one single unified system built to handle all of a government's most important internal jobs. You know, the best way to wrap your head around it is this. If a government is like a living body, then the ERP is its central nervous system. It's what sends all the signals, manages all the resources, and makes sure every single department is working together perfectly. So, how do we even begin to understand a digital nervous system this complex? Well, it's simple. You follow the money. Let's start with how an ERP handles the most fundamental piece of any government, its finances.
I mean, every single thing a government does, from maintaining a small local park to funding public safety, it all runs on our tax dollars. And that's why an ERP's first and most critical job is to be that single source of truth, making sure every single dollar is tracked and accounted for. And right here, you can see the core financial engine in action. It's this constant flowing cycle. The revenue module, its job is to collect all the money. We're talking taxes, permits, you name it. Then, the finance module takes that money and allocates it based on the official budget. And finally, the payroll module uses that money to make sure thousands of public servants get paid correctly and on time. See? It's a perfect closed loop, all happening in one system. Okay, so once the money is all managed and accounted for, the next obvious question is, how does the government use those funds to actually do stuff? Well, that brings us to the daily operations.
Right, these are real-world physical things happening. But believe it or not, they all start as digital processes inside the ERP. This is that crucial connection between a decision somebody makes in an office and a real tangible thing that you can see and touch out in your community. This is exactly where the digital world meets the physical one. Let's say a city needs a new fire truck. The procurement module handles that whole complicated buying process. As soon as that truck arrives, the asset management module logs it as a major city asset. And of course, the inventory module keeps track of all the smaller supplies needed to keep it running. It's the complete life cycle for every single physical thing a government owns and uses.
So we've covered money and we've covered things. But what's the most important resource any government has? It's the people and the big strategic projects they work on. And yep, the ERP is absolutely central to managing the human side of things too.
An ERP does so much more than just crunch numbers and track supplies. It's an incredibly powerful tool for managing the entire employee experience and for keeping those massive multi-year public works projects on schedule and on budget. And just think about how these two work together. The human resources module handles the people, all the engineers, the planners, the city workers. Then the project management module assigns those people to a big goal, like building a new community center, while tracking every dollar spent and every milestone hit to make sure there are no costly delays.
Okay, so we've seen how an ERP runs a government, but its final and maybe its most important job is to make sure that the government runs well, with full accountability and real intelligence. This is really the ultimate payoff. You have to remember, before systems like this, all this data was stuck in different spreadsheets and different filing cabinets. It was a mess. By bringing it all together, you unlock this level of oversight and data-driven decision-making that was, frankly, just impossible before. And these two modules right here, they're basically the watchdogs of the whole system. The audit and compliance module is always looking backward, creating a permanent, unchangeable digital paper trail for every single transaction. That's transparency. Then,
The Reporting and Analytics module looks forward, taking that mountain of data and turning it into simple dashboards that give leaders a real-time snapshot of how things are going.
So what's the big picture here? What does this all add up to? Well, you get real-time performance tracking, which leads to smarter, data-driven decisions. You get crystal clear accountability for officials, and that creates genuine transparency for you, the public. It's all of these things working together that builds a modern, effective, and truly trustworthy government.
So the next time you see a freshly paved road or a beautiful new public park, you'll know a little bit more about that invisible digital engine that helped make it all happen. And if you want to go even deeper, we're launching a brand new playlist called ERP Modules Explained, and we're kicking it off with the heart of the whole system, the finance module. We'll see you there.